Hello everyone, it's Raster and it's time to watch Tetris. Biographical movies became as one of the most used genre since a long time stagnation of plots happening. Looks like a good scenario can give you a lot of awards nowadays, even without any other aspects of shooting. In 2023, Apple TV released a movie about the creation of one of the most popular worldwide games ever, Tetris, and a copyright fight around it. Let's figure out how entertaining and accurate it was. Main hero of this movie is a Dutch video games publisher Henk Rogers, and the plot begins in the middle of the actual story, like 4 years before the game was created. He saw Tetris at a video games festival in Las Vegas, where he was performing with his own game, a Go for Nintendo, and he immediately understood that this game is way more entertaining than others. And in this moment he decided that he should get selling rights for Tetris. Firstly, in the movie, he went to the Nintendo head office, and it looked really weird.
Oh, okay, I understand. Thank you. Could I use your restroom before I go? On the left.
Left.
Okay, thank you.
He just went through security to the head of the company like it was an ice cream stand, not one of the biggest IT corporations in the world. I can justify it by the fact that in real life head of the Nintendo already knew Henk and approved his Go game. But in the movie scene he asked like, who's this man? So it all looked really embarrassing.
Mr. Rogers, you're trespassing. Mr. Amish is out of town. So
Well,
if
I
you'd
know
like
that's
to...
not true because I saw him arrive this morning and his car is still
No,
outside.
no.
나야.
Hi, Henk Rogers, Bulletproof Software.
Not bad.
Really?
もしできへんようなら50万ドルで買い取らせてもらうわ。
We'd buy you out for 500,000.
And also 5 seconds bank negotiations looked really fun. Henk sold rights that he had to Nintendo, or he thought he had, and began the creation of the game on different platforms. And just take a look at this part of creation.
We just lost arcade rights.
Hiro-san, アーケードの作業をストップしてちょうだい。
Development in this movie takes about 5 seconds, same as bank negotiations. Then the movie shows a big chain of rights losing that led Henk Rogers to fly to the Moscow by himself, to understand everything and get a contract from Nintendo. The main thing about this part of the story was that Nintendo was ready to launch their first portable gaming console, Game Boy. First they made a bet on their Mario, of course. But then, with the help of Henk Rogers, they understood that they need to drop it with Tetris.
Gentlemen, if you want to sell a couple 100,000 Game Boys to little kids, package them with Mario. But if you want to sell millions of Game Boys to absolutely everyone, young and old, around the world, package them with Tetris.
So the rights for portable consoles was the main goal of a Henk Moscow trip. Henk and 2 other right holders of Tetris came to the Moscow at the same exact moment, and that's where the most fun begins. Not only in the real story, but also in the movie. Because along with some true facts about Soviet Union, it was amplified by a bunch of stereotypes and exaggerations.
Пожалуйста, у тебя что-то должно быть. Моя семья голодает.
And look at the signs that I found. What does they even mean? Where should they play? Everybody was playing in the courtyard. And look at this arrival scene where the border guards don't know the difference between Dutch and Danish or Dane. And of course some violence happening in the back.
Revenge, huh? No, I'm Dutch.
Yet you sound American.
Well, at least she didn't mix up Dutch with Deutsch. Tell me please, for what purpose all these scenes are? And of course a big part of the movie is about KGB agents. But even Nikolai Belikov, a head of the Soviet Union side of negotiations, says that he only suggested some government impact on the last stages of negotiations, but not in personal. Another fun part, a head of the IT bureau in movie it was connected with an import and export committee, but okay, who cares, asking what Nintendo is. But then he calmly hears about rights for a portable version.
Nintendo.
He inquires what is Nintendo.
Ah, very funny.
So authors, please decide, do they know nothing in Soviet Union or do they know everything? Even about portable consoles that was not created yet. The only portable game at this moment in USSR was a copied Game & Watch series.
You speak English?
Of course you do.
This moment could actually be true, because Aleksey Pajtinov, creator of Tetris, says that Nikolai Belikov was a truly genius at negotiations and could hide his good English skills if there was a moment true.
Вот он в эти игры играл с большим удовольствием, и у него были такие некоторые актерские таланты, но тем не менее он мог там представиться и идиотом, и ничего не и плохо понимающим английским, хотя английский он понимал замечательно.
Also, there was a moment where Aleksey created a better version of Tetris with the help of Henk Rogers, but actually he made it a few years ago with the help of his colleagues. Then Aleksey Pajtinov shows Henk his country and comes to the point when they came to the party. And at this party, girl made a speech about the freedom. And of course, what a freedom without a Coke.
We want Coca-Cola.
И джинсов нет!
And we want Levi's jeans. And let's drink for this.
Why you always need to make some hard things so simple? To make sure that everyone understands? Then there was a huge number of chases and threats, and the only true fact about this part of the story is that Soviets wanted to sell the rights only to Henk, because he was truly open to them, wildly open to them, and they truly believed him.
Henk Rogers, который в то же время был, он там нам всем очень понравился своей искренностью, честностью, и несколько раз он был в ситуациях, когда ему было ужасно удобно соврать, и он ни разу не соврал. Такое у него было довольно искреннее желание, так сказать, посотрудничать, несмотря на очень холодный прием, который мы поначалу оказали.
Then of course it was spiced up with a little bit of family melodrama, and one thing that I mentioned is that it's a movie about some modern mentality.
I just need you to understand that I did this because I am trying to build a life for us.
We had a life.
Hank's wife said that they already have everything in their life, but he decided to put everything on a bid for a chance to make their life better. In simple words, it's about the people who are dissatisfied with their life and losing some real life valuable moments in a chase for a profit. Then plot heats up even more, number of chases increasing, and everything reaches to the point where contract should be signed. In real life it was more separate, but okay, it's fine. But how they connected it to the moment of the destruction of Soviet Union is really fun. And so it turned out to the absurd car races scenes with a speed that typical Soviet cars could never reach, and also some cartoon scenes included. How would you rate the shot in a documentary movie, from 1 to 10? Solid 9 from me. But how Aleksey and Henk said in their interviews, they could do nothing about it, because author says that it is for entertaining. So everything ended fine, KGB agent was jailed, Soviet Union was collapsed, and Aleksey and Henk went to the USA and opened their own Tetris company. So the final thing that I can see is that authors saw all the interviews, but they changed the story intentionally. Maybe to make this movie easier for some typical viewer by a lot of stereotypes and easy to understand scenes. But I think it reaches one main goal that biographical movies should reach. It gets your attention to the original story. And after that you can search on it all the information, so you can know the truth. So don't be like an average person that authors wanted to be, and do it by yourself. Press the like button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more reviews. And also decide, is it time to watch this movie or not? Because I'm not sure. Peace.